Hey, good morning everybody. Ed the Pond Professor here. I am coming to you from the Central Florida Zoo in Sanford, Florida. We are doing a really cool project here today. It is for radiated tortoises. You know I love going to zoos. I love working for unique animals. This is going to be a great one. We're working with Six Flags Nursery. We are going to meet up with Gunther and Panda a little bit later here this morning, as well as all the CACs that have traveled actually from around the country. This is what we call a regional event. So it is a training event where we have contractors coming in so they can see some of the latest techniques on water feature design and construction. But we have people coming from as far away as Maryland, as well as Texas and throughout Central Florida. It's going to be a great day. Let's go check it out. So check this out. This is the exhibit right next to the radiated tortoises where we're doing the pondless waterfall. This is a North American river otter exhibit, which is just phenomenal. It did an incredible job. What I love about it is it kind of replicates that natural kind of a mountain pool type of a stream system, which is exactly what we did over at Blake's Exotic Animal Ranch for his small-clawed Asian otters. And just check out the detail inside of here. You get some beautiful waterfalls and everything down inside, but just the water clarity and everything is really, really beautiful. There is some detritus and stuff down on the bottom, but that just mimics that natural habitat for these incredible animals. We are looking for some wood that we could put inside of this incredible feature. Looking in local woods and forests and stuff in the area. The nice thing about this is actually on the property of the zoo. They told us they had some possibilities for us, and it looked like we got some of these trees may have come down in a storm or something like that. So what we need to do is come in with a chainsaw, cut it, and we should be able to get a bobcat in here to pull it out. I think it's a perfect piece. It's a piece of oak, which is really gonna hold up perfectly for these animals. Well, thank you for coming out to this incredible build, and I want to thank Panda, Gunther for putting everything together, as well as Gio for putting all the logistics and making everything happen here.
We're super excited you guys took the time to be here. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to the zoo. So a lot of us are donating our time, our efforts, trying to make this a better exhibit, better for the zoo. There's so many volunteers involved at this particular zoo. It's near and dear to us.
Alright, so I'm just finishing up installing the biological filter. Remember, we're trying to lower maintenance for the zoo staff here. We want to have a nice clean system. This is going to allow them to go for many months without actually touching anything. And what we've done, we have that sedimentation chamber on the bottom. We have that secondary pipe system which is going into a drain. They could periodically open that drain. It'll backflush any of the sediments out here, which is going to give much better water quality for these incredible animals, as well as lower the maintenance for the staff. designing and building features for unique animals. My goal is to create a living ecosystem that's going to work symbiotically with the Florida environment, which is very harsh. You go from extreme heat, a lot of rain, intense sun, so all these different things we had to take into consideration during the design process, and we put in a 500-gallon underground reservoir, which is going to store all of that water, and it's going to keep it cool, it's going to keep it in the dark. Once we have that water captured and stored, we could recirculate it, and then we came in and we had access to some of these incredible pieces of wood that you have right here on the property. So we're mixing in some local field stone, some of the local cypress and log stumps that were found right here on the property, and we're creating a living ecosystem of a stream, which is going to be an incredible feature here for the tortoises. We're going to have like a little shallow beach area where they can come in. So I know this particular species is a grassland species, typically found in drier climates and everything, but they still have a rainy season in those areas. So we want to recreate kind of a flood zone, so a little riparian habitat that when it rains, it's a torrent. And then we put in an adjustable pump system so we could increase or decrease the flow, so we could actually mimic that low setting for the dry season, ramp it up during the wet season, just to recreate that riparian habitat where these animals will come to, you know, to visit for obviously for water as well as food. So down at the bottom, there's a pump vault. That will be on the outside of the exhibit. That's going to have the recirculating pump. We have a pipe system that comes up to a biological filter. It's an upflow filter, which is located between this large rock and then this one cypress stump. So the water will course its way in between the root flare of that beautiful piece of wood. There was an existing drain that you had where you drained it on a routine basis. We actually have a valve in back, so you will be able to back flush the filter periodically. And it's going to go right into that drain system.
Awesome. First, we want to thank Ed and his team and everybody volunteering for this build. Our tortoise habitat for our radiated tortoises just had two little tiny small pools that were dump and fill. It was hard for the keepers to empty them every day. It was a lot of muscle. There wasn't recirculating water. It wasn't a biosystem by any means. This will mean a lot for the tortoises, especially now that they will have a wading spot where all four of them can share the wading spot. And not just only that, but the aesthetics of this exhibit has grown tenfold. It's always wonderful to have moving water in any sort of animal exhibit. It just adds to the total guest experience. So this is just a huge improvement for the tortoises and for our guests here. So thank you. This is our adult male. He's 41 years old. He's been a dad 15 times.
Wow, is he a good dad?
He's been a very good dad. His name is Big Guy, and he's a black-handed spider monkey.